Hello, everybody, and today we are back with another What's in the Botch. I am your host, Ezekiel, and today's guest, he was on episode one, is my buddy Steve. Say hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve. No, I'm just kidding. How's it going, everybody? Lovely to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming back for the second episode. But
Not a
yeah,
problem.
today you ended up picking out a couple of clips for us that you wanted to see. You want to do to watch a little bit more Scott Steiner and then kind of swap into a couple of different directions because, in the words of JR, by God, you just you're not done with your Scott Steiner stuff, which I
No,
don't
I've been
blame you.
on a
That
Scott Steiner kick lately, if I'm being 100% honest.
I
But
mean,
anyone who studies promos in wrestling should study Scott Steiner. Even if his promos are nonsensical at times, it's absolutely fucking insane how charismatic he is, and the energy he gives off is it's unmatched.
yeah, I blame all the roids though. That's like the big thing. Um,
Lord knows his winky sure isn't. Anyway,
but yeah, no. We're gonna start this off with a little bit of Scott Steiner, and then we're gonna kind of move things over to some rock and like Kane and whatnot because why not? Gotta have a little bit of variety. Yeah, with that being said, let's go over to this first little promo from the man, the myth, the legend, the big bad booty daddy, Scott Steiner.
and I think this is one of the first promos where he ever calls himself the Big Bad Booty Daddy, if I'm not mistaken.
I just like starting it off compared to the last time we were recording an episode. Scott Steiner just looks drastically different. You can tell that, yeah, he's a little roided up, but the roids haven't fully taken over his life. He's missing his signature, what is it, like chainmail, like
He's
armor
still
piece?
he still wears, and if you're talking about nowadays, he still wears the chainmail headpiece to like conventions and stuff. But here at this point in time, he was
No, I was talking
purely
about this point in time.
he hadn't quite donned the chainmail yet,
And
or if
he
he
uh
did, he didn't for this promo.
he has the whitest bleached hair ever, except that little black soul patch.
Kind of an inverted opposite of what Hulk Hogan had, where it was the blonde mustache, but the rest of the beard was dyed black for whatever
Oh
reason.
yeah. I don't know. It looked awful. But let's listen to the best talker in all of wrestling history, Scott Steiner. Oh no, I forgot. They added the fast forward feature. Hold on, wait. Let's
The
use.
show isn't called What the Botch for no reason.
Hold on. This is on two times speed.
It's twice as funny with two times.
This is like the best. This is. All
Diamond Dallas trash.
I'm just holding the left mouse button. Why does like it works? That's the thing. It works.
I can't, dude. It's so good. It sounded like Alvin and the Chipmunks trying to cut a promo. Like
All
someone
right.
tried to use the AI voice, but they couldn't figure out how to or like someone tried to adjust the pitch, but they couldn't quite get the tempo of it right. So it's just, you see me, you see Hulk Hogan. Calling him Diamond Dallas trash, though. That was unexpected.
All right. All right.
Oh, good
Let's
me.
listen to it in its standard speed. Now that I know the left mouse button, holding it down just two times speed of the video. Cool. So, all right.
uh, Notice Buff Bagwell is just prancing around the ring because he's got
We
nothing
see
better to
what
do at this
very
time.
top of
They're paying him a
Punk
I'm
lot of money.
comes to
I mean
town.
it's Buff
All
Bagwell.
my
Do you expect anything
hooches come
different?
around.
I expected them to mic him up at some point or something. I want one of those NWO red and black
Now you
beanies. I think
Sacramento
those would look cool.
scumbags.
I think the
All
two-time
you
speed made this better.
Sacramento white trash that are
I don't know
waiting
what it is with
for
wrestlers in the
Diamond
'90s
Dallas
and
Page to show up.
insulting people's
He's
hometowns and
not
stuff. Like,
coming because
bro,
I put him in
they're already mad
Nashville.
enough they have to live in that area. They don't need to be reminded that they live in that area.
I
That they're
gave
pieces of
Diamond
trash. Like, come
Dallas
on.
trash fair
It's
warning
just
that
some
he
cheap
wasn't
heat,
big
man.
enough, he wasn't strong enough, and
I don't
he
know.
wasn't
Diamond Dallas Page
smart
at this
enough
time may
to
have been a
take
skinny
on a
guy, but he
great
wasn't nobody to
athlete
mess with.
like myself.
No, I'm talking about making fun of the towns and stuff.
But he let his
Oh yeah,
ego get in the way of things, and he wanted to defend the
he had
honor
to like
of
pull her
his
off. Just
wife.
he's like, okay, honey,
Now
relax.
I get
That's
the
just a bit
honor
too
to
much hanging on his leg.
honor and
I'm hanging around my
offer
shoulders
for
instead,
30
baby.
days
Huh.
and
Got
30
a bubble.
nights.
That's not true. That's a lie.
Up,
And she
throw
will
the wolf
tell
pack for no
me
reason.
that I'm the daddy.
He
Oh
calls
Now
himself
man.
the
Diamond Dallas
daddy.
Page, after those 30 days and 30 nights of taking your wife to Nirvana, she
He
will
gave her
call
his
me
life, dog.
Big
Come
Bad
on.
Booty Daddy.
There it is. There it is. The iconic big bad booty
So
daddy.
as you're in the
Buff
hospital
Bagwell's just like
on your
trying
back,
to figure out what
screaming in
to do at
pain,
the moment
your
because he's
wife
just
will be on her
confused.
back,
He's like, I'm just
screaming
gonna
my
stand here and look
name.
pretty
Of course, Buff
and just
Bagwell.
be like the simplest hype man,
So
but
this
not
goes to
really.
all my
It's like the
freaks
hype
out
man that
there.
only puts in
Big
like
Papa
2% of
Pump
the
Bitch and
effort.
Hookup. Holler if you hear me.
I like how
Oh,
he went from being booed and inside of one from one promo he went from oh snap here he comes to boo you suck to oh my god we love you holy crap.
hold on. One thing that I love because for some odd reason, wrestling and The Simpsons are synonymous with one another, right?
Oh yeah, I've
And
seen
just like,
Simpsons wrestling memes on Twitter. I've seen that page.
yeah, but like right behind Buff Bagwell's head in W is Homer's face. And I mean, this was WCW Nitro. So this was what about 99?
98, 99, I think is the timestamp for this.
So at that point in time, like how long has The Simpsons been out? Like,
Um, oh my goodness, I actually don't
hold
know. Let
on.
me
Let me pull this up.
I could probably pull it up faster.
Okay, so The
Uh,
Simpsons started in 89
so they would
officially.
have
I
had
mean, like as a show. So about 10
they would have
years.
people would have had time to recognize and potentially make Homer Simpson into the earliest version of a meme.
Yeah. But it's just like one of those things of even this early on in wrestling, there's still um that connection. Because like to this day, it's wrestling in The Simpsons and wrestling in Seinfeld, and I do not understand why.
I don't know either. Like, if you've seen the signs that like Taz has become a meme too,
Yeah, but also Taz does it to himself.
but I digress.
I mean, like, watch any Botchamania and just listen to Taz talk. Like, they've got the Taz, what is it, like the segment where it's just Taz on commentary.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it'll just be Taz, but also that's why I like watching Botchamania. Shout out to Matthew, by the way. He's a very talented editor and pro wrestling connoisseur himself. But he does he has a lot of what he calls his Taz segments are called insufferable or insipid Taz commentary. But like it's set to the theme. It's set to Taz's theme, and the video cut to it is a from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So it's just like
Yeah.
it's the Robins, it's Taz.
But anyways, let's go back and listen to some Scott Steiner calling himself, the big bad booty daddy.
Cue the music,
I'm not
and
done
then
The
they cut
sound
the
guy
music.
wants him
The
done,
NWO is
and
the
it's
number
like,
one organization in sports, and our number one objective is to put
What was Buck
WCW
Bagwell doing? Was
out
he
of
like,
business.
suck it, baby, suck it?
Now I've hurt my
I don't know if
brother.
that tears from the sheer
I've
beauty of
hurt
this.
Diamond Dallas Page, and if I could fight Sting, I would hurt him.
He's just counting like, oh, how do math?
Buck Bagwell looks
There's
like a
only
little
one
confused.
guy
He's like,
left,
huh?
and that's you,
Dude is so friggin'
Goldberg.
lost. Oh my god.
Like out of nowhere, it's just like I'm gonna insult DDP, and now it's like I'm gonna go and Pete Goldberg.
Who's next?
You show him, big man. You show him. You're damn right. You show him, big man.
Goldberg, you're next on my list.
Goldberg,
You
ugly
accept
head.
my challenge and meet me here
Reminds me of the
because
fine
believe
Goldberg
me,
just corned the long way.
the man with
Yeah,
the largest
I
arms
was
in the
hoping
world
that
is not
that
hard
would
to
just be in the
find.
background.
I'm just hard. Just ask my hooches.
Remember, they're not his ladies of the night. They're his
Goldberg,
hooches.
I'm putting you in the hospital right next to Diamond Dallas Page tonight.
Or my name isn't Scott friggin' Steiner, baby.
I will say, like, out of the Scott Steiner promos,
all
this
going
is
over his head.
probably not the funniest
He's come out
because
here
he's
and
not
it's
all
Goldberg.
crazy Scott Steiner. Like, this is a very casual talk for Scott.
Oh, yeah.
But if you, if you remember from the last episode, all of the Scott Steiner promos, just insane, absolutely nuts.
And
Just,
that's why everybody loves it.
did we show, because I genuinely cannot remember, did we show the, Scott Steiner versus the, English language?
I don't think we did. We showed the Scott Steiner math.
I know we did math, we did the, uh, uh, some of the stuff he did with, um, Bubba Ray.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe next time we're gonna have to do the, uh, Scott Steiner versus the English language because, man, it is just wild. Um, Next up, we've got the best promo ever given by the Big Red Machine.
One of my heroes, personally.
The Big Red Machine?
I like Kane. I can separate art from artist, though, but that's a story for a different time.
Oh yeah. No, like I was just making sure because there's three different wrestlers here. You know, you've got Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and and Kane. Genuinely, I
Right.
think this is one of the best promos from around the time, or like especially for Kane, because dude didn't talk.
Yeah, dude didn't talk that much when he was when he was coming up, especially back when he was Undertaker's brother.
Oh yeah, he didn't talk at all then. Um, but yeah, let's listen to what Kane has to say about his upcoming match.
Well, see, this is what I was talking about earlier with
Oh
the
yeah, this is the weird mustache thing, like the inverse that Scott Steiner was doing. This looks awful.
like he
Bleach
wanted to keep
blonde
the bleach.
mustache with some of the darkest, fakest black hair dye ever. Yeah, not good.
Not a good look. It's not a good look, brother.
Not a good look, brother.
Oh, stop. What's up, my brother? What's up, man?
Tonight's the night.
Nice wrap up
The
though.
very last night.
Oh
You and The
yeah.
Rock have a shot at the NWO. We were drafted on SmackDown, they were drafted on Raw. Tonight's the very last night we have a shot to whoop their candy asses. 1, 2, 3.
The Rock is another great.
You know,
talker.
brother,
What'd you end up saying?
I said The Rock is a great. The Rock himself is a great talker. Like no one can.
Yeah, like The Rock. So much stuff can be said about The Rock and his promos. Um, let me try turn you up on my end. Why does the thing hate me? But yeah, like genuinely, yep. So The Rock, one of the greatest talkers, back before he could really be himself, not that enjoyable. I mean, like watch young Rocky Maivia.
I was gonna say he became the people's champ, The Rock. So, from like '96 to like 2000, and then when they
I don't
rebranded him
necessarily say that, because about 99, 98, 99, that's when he
he left the Nation
kind
of
of got to
Domination and
that.
became a
Yeah.
man. Which the Nation of Domination in and of itself is a story for another time because you thought the NWO was annoying with its members, but at least they
Oh,
didn't split up into two different factions.
the
It was just
NWO did split into two different factions.
that's what
Oh, you
I'm saying.
meaning the
The
Nation of Domination didn't split into two
yeah,
different factions? Yeah, it didn't. I mean, everyone went off to do their own thing. Farouk became more popular whenever he left the Nation of Domination.
Farouk did. I can't remember his name, but he ended up becoming the Godfather. I can't remember his name in the Nation of Domination, but he ended up becoming the Godfather.
I genuinely forgot he was in the Nation of Domination, honestly. Like, The Rock got more popular, of course. Farouk. Who else? Who else was
Owen
it?
Hart was a part of it before he died for some reason.
Really? How do I not remember this? That's wild.
D'Lo Brown is who I'm thinking, or Kama Mustafa. That's what I'm thinking of. Kama Mustafa,
Mm.
better known as the Godfather. And then for some reason they had Savio Vega, and then of course Mark Henry and Ahmed Johnson.
Like I knew that Mark Henry was in it, but I couldn't remember for exactly how long.
He was only in it for like the last little bit. He was in. I think he was in about the same time they added Owen Hart to it.
I think it's wild that they added Owen to it. But
Considering considering it was supposed to be what it was supposed to be was
people of color faction.
a take on black empowerment.
Yeah. So
Which
let's
sold
see. Oh, go ahead.
okay, which sold really well.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all I had.
So let's see what, The Rock has to say.
I want these guys just as bad as you do. But it's not just you and me tonight. We've got a partner, Kane.
What?
Now, I've been in the ring with a lot of big, scary dudes, guy. But this guy, he's scarier than all the rest.
Brother.
I mean, he scares the
He
hell out of me.
Do you think Hulk
scares me,
Hogan, when he
brother.
steps on the road, he twitches? It's like brother, 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 brother.
So I've got a little bit of a wrestling story for you.
Okay.
A buddy of mine and one of his mentors called and did an entire match using what they call the brother method. So all they said during the match to each other was brother. And depending on how you put them together, so it'd be like brother. One brother was like, take a move. Two brothers, eat. Three brothers, something else. Four brothers was the finish, and it's time to go home. So they're just talking to each other the entire match, and it's just like brother, 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 brother. Like all sorts of no words were said except brother that night.
That's fucking incredible.
Like
That is actually Nutter Butters, dude. I love that.
Hulk Hogan, one of the like most selfish people in wrestling, one of the dumbest people in wrestling. But if there's one thing that he had going for him was, hey, just call everybody brother so you don't actually have to remember their name. Because that's all
Like,
he did for like 30 years was just call people brother.
I mean, it worked. It made him money, and it managed to get him places.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Even
You
if he is
think
the biggest shark spinner this side of the Mississippi, but we don't.
Yeah,
Again,
that's
stories for
true.
different time.
we can trust this guy?
We can trust him, brother.
You know what? I completely know where you're coming from. You've been in the ring with a lot of scary cats. I've been in the ring with a lot of scary cats.
Because
wonder what
And
he
yeah,
did
this
it for
cat
The
is
Rock.
scary.
Huh?
I wonder what The Rock is drinking, because all I can see is that it's purple. Looks like some kind of hydration drink. It looks like an early form of body armor.
Yeah. All right, real quick. Do you prefer the more modern look for The Rock, or do you think, or like you prefer the attitude, ruthless aggression era Rock?
The attitude, ruthless aggression era Rock, because there was still that sense of I won't do what you tell me, I'll do what I want. But at the same time, he wasn't in it for himself
Yeah.
like he is now.
Well, like I won't even necessarily just say that, but just like physique wise. Like, don't get me wrong.
No, The Rock looks way too jacked. I'm firmly
He
in
there is a point of being too jacked.
The Rock is exactly 0.5% muscle for 0.5% body fat, and he is not natural. I
He
refuse to believe that he is natural. He is on either TRT
he
or some other kind of steroids. I
he is
refuse.
he's said that he's not natural. Like he's openly said it.
Well, you still got those people that are like, well, even so, The Rock still has great genes. It's like, yeah, great genes is like 1/3 of the process.
Well, it's not even necessarily just the great genes thing. Like if you look at The Rock from then compared to now, he's had like chest reconstructive not reconstructive surgery, but
He had surgery.
liposuction.
Yeah,
Because being Samoan, he has like he said that like they have a fattier chest. So to make himself look more toned and whatever, he ended up getting like a liposuction surgery to make it look more square and filled out. Yeah, no, genuinely, The Rock is just there is a there is a point of being too buff and too big, and yeah, The Rock has definitely hit that. This is definitely more natural, but hey, you know what they say? I did it for The Rock, and he definitely did do it for The Rock, you know.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's big, he's scary, and hey,
He's big.
he ain't King Kong Bundy walking
He's
around
big
here.
again.
Remember
First up
Bundy?
again to say he's big twice.
Hey! Not Bundy. He ain't Kamala. Remember Kamala? Rubbing his belly.
Hulk Hogan is so hard
Hey,
trying not
Kamala.
to break character.
But he is one big scary
He
cat,
is
and
trying
he is
so
one
hard.
big red ass-kicking machine.
He's one big
He's got
red
no
machine,
love.
brother.
One
Oh, here he
big
comes
red
now.
ass
Oh,
kicking
brother.
the
Even
man
though
with
he-
this legend.
Even though he's less red
He's
nowadays.
scary. But he ain't
Or like
scared.
during this time.
Watch this.
Less red.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Oh, yeah,
flinch.
he's
Rock, ask you something. You ready to go out there and whoop some ass? Ready to go out there and whoop candy ass?
Oh, I'm ready.
You
Oh, I'm
ready?
ready, brother.
Well, you bet your ass I'm. It doesn't matter if you're ready.
I love that inflection on it. It doesn't matter.
Look at Hulk Hogan's face.
I'm sick and curious.
And you know something, brothers? Whether it's the millions and millions of rock fans, or 20,000 Hulkamaniacs, or 20,000 screaming Canaanites. The question is, brothers, what you gonna do? Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, X-Pac, what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan and
Oh
The
yeah,
Rock
he's
and
gone
the
from being
Big
Hulk
Red
to being back
Machine
to X-Pac
run
at this point.
wild on you? What you gonna do?
I love that he got so into it.
He was having so much fun. I like on how Hulk Hogan is trying not to be phased, but at the same time he is also phased and confused.
I think Hulk Hogan had the same look we all had at that point. Like, what?
What? Now, what'd you just say to me, brother? So the the Rock sells this perfectly because he's very. It's like, look at that face, just the
Very.
facial expressions on the Rock, while Hulk Hogan's like, I'm here, yes.
He's like, The Rock is literally taken aback by this, as he should be.
Just, huh?
What
Say
the?
what? What?
Being scared. Watch this.
Big and scary.
Rock, ask you something.
He's
You ready to go out
he's
there and
not
whoop some
phased.
ass? Ready to go out there and whoop candy ass?
Not phased whatsoever.
You ready? Well, you bet your ass I'm. It doesn't matter if
And from that point, the
recoil.
biggest emotion that has come from Hulk Hogan this entire time was just the cutoff for doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Just the
Oh, brother.
the Rock just looks so stunned. He's just
You just
like,
hit him with a
whoa,
what?
dude, whoa,
You,
that's intense even for me.
what'd you do? What?
What the hell?
And since we're on this little Rock kick, because like genuinely, the Rock he does have so many great promos over the course of his entire career. I mean, he destroyed Chris Jericho in the span of like 3 seconds. Jericho's debut match, just by saying a promo, just hitting him with the "It doesn't matter what your name is."
What's your name? Well, my name is. It doesn't
Doesn't
matter what your
matter.
name is.
Like lost all sorts of steam right there.
Just
Jericho was
very
not the same since. Um, and like that's always been, the Rock's ordeal is like he has so many great promos, so many promos that are super funny. I mean, like if you look at one of the promos he did for his or the most recent run that he's done with WWE,
yeah.
whenever he pulled in the Moana quote with the "But what can I say except you're welcome?" Whenever he's just being like the biggest jerk on TV at that moment in time.
Oh yeah.
Loudest boos, like big pop, right? So you selected one promo in specific, and it's for Hell in the Cell.
Hell in a Cell the Hell in a Cell match they had. I can't remember the pay per view in 2000.
Yeah. So it's a 6-man tag, or not tag, but a 6-man match. And
Rock, we are
less than a week away from one of the biggest
Oh,
challenges of your career, competing
there's
for the
so
WWE
many
title
YouTube poops
in a
of
match
this.
you've never competed in before. A Hell in a Cell match where you and 5
So
other
many
men.
rips of this. And it's phenomenal.
Oh yeah. No, all the YouTube pictures of WWE are absolutely hilarious for no reason at all.
Just that hint.
Finally, The Rock has come back
Who's
to
come
New
back?
Jersey.
Who's coming back?
Just as sure as for the very first time, Kevin Kelly, The Rock, stood right in this arena and called you an ugly hermaphrodite. Is as sure as this Sunday night.
The 2000s were a different
The
time,
Rock
man.
will be in hell
Yeah.
in a cell. This is going to be the most brutal match The Rock has ever been in. The dangerousest match The Rock has ever been in. The Hell in a Cell. And it doesn't matter, Kevin Kelly, what you call it. Whether it's called a Hell in a Cell, a Rage in a Cage, Penis in Uranus, the only thing that matters
Penis
on
in
it.
your
is
anus.
that The Rock is going in this Sunday
I'm
night
dying over
to
here.
do exactly what he does best, lay it to smack it down, and get back The Rock's WWE title.
They had to blur out WWF. Man.
Yeah, I just
And
know,
the
like,
fact of the
I've
matter is
noticed
this,
that.
is that The Rock knows this Sunday night he has his work cut out for him. The Rock knows he's got 5 other guys he's got to compete with. And even if The Rock has got to beat Kurt Angle, which means I'm going to drink a big glass of milk, eat some chocolate chip cookies, and then maybe I'll take 3 Viagra.
Now just remember, every 4th of July, leave out your milk and cookies for Kurt Angle.
Or else the big bad Hulk Hogan is gonna come to your doorstep and go, "What you gonna do, brother?" Can we make that a tradition?
Somebody already has, I'm sure.
Or maybe The Rock is going to face Rikishi. Beat Rikishi.
I did it for the Rock.
I did it for the people. I did it.
So,
Shut
funny
your mouth,
enough,
you thong-wearing
It's,
fat.
it's funny.
this was coming off out of context for the for viewers. The reason he said I did this, he did the I did it for the Rock, I did it for the people. Shortly before this period in time, they ran a bit where someone ran over. Was it The Rock or Stone Cold? I want to say it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they were trying to make it into like a whodunit type situation. And the original plans went awry, so they decided to bring back Rikishi as the person who ran over
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold, and then proceeded to give the absolute funniest, I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. And this is it helps to understand the reference when he goes to say that. So
Well, like,
figured
even
that
then, he still just says it really, really funny.
oh
It's
yeah,
also just like one of those things too. Rikishi is The Rock's, what, like, 3rd cousin?
something like that.
So, professional wrestling is just wild. Just being like, I'm going to get the chance to insult my cousin or relative, and they can't do anything about it because it's all a show. So just being like,
I did it
for
for
the
the people.
people.
I did it. Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. Or maybe
Rikishi
even
was
The
a
Rock
big
has got to
dude.
beat The Undertaker,
Oh,
the
yeah.
American badass. Beat
I
him
want
so
one of his
bad that one more
shirts.
time he'll raise
I
up.
want one of his shirts that said "Back that ass up" on the back of it.
That's a good one.
Rest in peace. Or maybe The Rock has got to beat Triple H himself, which means he's got to beat the game in the middle of the ring. And he has a $2 for a wife.
Oh,
$2
yeah.
plus for a
It was-
wife.
It was common at this point for everybody to just absolutely rip on Stephanie McMahon. She took so much. She took so much. She just gritted her teeth and bared it all.
I mean, some of it though, she ended up telling people to do.
Or maybe The Rock has got a beat.
He
Stone
put
Cold
on a
Steve
hat.
Austin, which means I gotta get in my pickup truck, drink some Steve Weisers, listen to some Backstreet Boys, and that's the bottom line, cause the great one said so.
I just like on how the hat came out of nowhere, like genuinely.
It's like Randy Savage with the creamers.
Like
And one more thing, this Sunday night at Armageddon, The Rock
the
is gonna
best
do
the
all he
best
can to
impersonation.
win the WWE title. If you smell
He just like, fuck it, give me the mic at this
what
point.
The Rock is cooking.
No,
He
like
cooked.
genuinely.
He cooked.
He cooked hard, man. Like that was that was uh that was beautiful. Like genuinely, like with The Rock.
I don't think there's ever been a time I was unimpressed with Rock's promos.
Promo skills, like dude can talk.
Oh yeah.
Dude can do like whatever. Dude can talk. Wrestling ability, I mean, he's better than me. But there's a lot of like it was definitely for the time, you know. Um but yeah, dude could definitely talk. He could make whatever emotion come out of you that he wanted. Like, do you remember whenever The Rock would come out every city that they were in with like a guitar and just sing a song making fun of whatever town that he was in?
Oh yeah. That was a good bit for a while. And then
Good
he
bit
ended
for
up
a while.
releasing I think he ended up releasing an acoustic album because of it, funny enough.
Did he really?
I think he did.
I don't know. There's only like a couple wrestling albums that I've listened to. Macho Man has one of the best hip hop albums ever.
He has one of the he also has one of the best diss tracks on
Yeah, against
in
Hulk
history.
Hogan.
Oh yeah.
Great album. Not good at all, but it's phenomenal. Then you've got Terry Funk's only released in Japan, the Great Texan album.
I keep forgetting about that, and then you remind me of it, and I giggle to myself because
I
it's
mean,
so absurd.
there's a there's a song there's a song on that album. Terry Funk is 40 something, like yeah, about 40 years old when this album came out. He is singing a song called "We Hate School."
I'm sure you do, Terry. I'm sure you did.
Like I'm listening to Terry Funk's book right now, and he bashes that album. He's like, "This is the worst thing I've ever done," and I'm like, "Terry, shut your mouth. This is a piece of art. It is beautiful." But yeah, some great promos that were picked today, I think.
Ah,
Seeing the
terrific.
evolution of Scott Steiner going from where he was to where I guess he was because he doesn't do stuff like that anymore. But like going from WCW Scott Steiner to unhinged TNA Impact Scott Steiner is the best evolution in wrestling. Like genuinely, one of the best evolutions in wrestling.
Truly a miracle to watch.
So, Steve, now that we're actually running up on the 40-minute mark, I don't know where any of the time went. Like genuinely, those clips weren't that long. Um, so genuinely, like on the point of us wrapping this up, is there anything that you would like to say about any of the promos that we watched today? Like, which one was your favorite out of the three we watched today?
I'm always a sucker for a good Scott Steiner promo, but funny enough, the Kane getting actually into the character of mimicking Hulk Hogan, I really love that one. I think that was my favorite watch today. So we watched today.
So that I was watching an interview with Kane, and he was talking about that promo, and he was like, I think he said they didn't know that he was going to like like not intimidate, but impersonate them. So that is like a general reaction,
They
or
had no
genuine reaction,
idea.
yeah. Like did
Jeez,
not know that he was just gonna be them for the next 2 minutes.
and it's the funniest 2 minutes in wrestling history.
It's almost as funny as the promo that happened on SmackDown, and Rey Mysterio is trying to do pull-ups on a little cubby or whatever, and the
Yeah,
cubby
the shelf.
breaks. Like it's the unscripted stuff that typically makes things some of the best. And even if it was kind of scripted with like, hey, we want you to do this, but nobody else knew that he was going to do that, just made it better. I'm pretty sure like I think it was the Kane on the Broken Skull podcast. I think that's where that story came from. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where that story came from. But thanks again, Steve, for doing this episode. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for tagging along, tagging,
Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
and thanks everybody that decides to listen to this full 40-minute episode of random Simpsons comments and other stupid side tangents. Ah, but with that being said, I'll see you guys in next episode.